We had dinner in Santa Barbara. 3 weeks later, you won the Oscar. We're going to talk about your new film, but I mean, had to be a game changer for you.
Going to the Oscars, and we were one of the first awards called for the night. And then they said Icarus, and it was just, I don't know, I left my body. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I haven't seen you for a little while. And thanks for talking to me. I like your Emmy in the background. That's very nice.
It's very subtle.
Everyone that you folks come up with seems like it's a hit. What separates you guys and sets you apart?
I think Des Moines or Iowa in general is like our restaurants. You kind of heard of them maybe, but once you've gone to it, you're like, oh, this is a lot cooler than people are saying it is.
That should be the new state motto.
And then I was lucky enough to be cast on Law & Order. I was the only female detective in the whole 20-year run of the original series. I circled back to my friends at Dick Wolf Company, and they gave me my first shot on Chicago Med. And I'm really grateful to them for that. And I've been continuing to work as a director ever since.
This is an FMTV. It is an all-terrain vehicle. And the nice heavily armed gentlemen that are escorting it and checking vehicles as they come in are with the Pennsylvania National Guard.
You rappelled from a helicopter to a platform in the middle of the sea.
100 foot above the sea. And I've hit the ground, and the butt of the shotgun's gone on the ground like that, go boom! And they've all stuck their hands on you right there.
Well, one of the most well-known real estate brokers, agents in the state, Misty Schultz, thank you so much for being on the program today.
You know, we hear lots of people that once they become empty nesters, they're like, hey, I'd like to do downtown living, but it's got the super tall ceilings and the exposed ductwork and just amazing views.
He's the first commoner to rise to be, best friend of the heir to the throne, and he's best man in effect at the royal wedding, that sort of thing. And actually, sidebar, he was born, it turns out, in the servants' attic of what is now number 10 Downing Street.
Things are strange all over the country. We're dealing with COVID spike. We're all hunkered down watching the events of the past 24, 48 hours with shock and surprise.
We had no violence going on at our Capitol. We had no demonstrations going on at our Capitol here in the state of Iowa. And that's the way things should look after an election.
The creation of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees really reflects a moment when all countries and all people made the conscious decision to heed really the better angels of our nature and to understand that it is in our interest to make sure that we are taking care of and providing safety for all of those people.
I really enjoyed the book. So was it hard to decide which stories to put in?
Wow, actually, funny enough, you mentioned Larry David. I don't think it's in there, but I actually once spilled a vodka and cranberry over Larry David's jeans.
They wanted to tear him down and destroy him, and yes, they did assassinate Dr. King on a hotel balcony. They may have killed the dreamer, but they did not kill the dream.
Cobra Kai. I watched all of Cobra Kai because I'm a recurring character, and I thought, okay, I watch mine. But when they put it on Netflix, I really fell in love with it. I am a landlord to where they have the dojos.
So 100% DSM is a project of that, and we are organizing clean energy supporters around a resolution for the city of Des Moines.
My second one is, this has been so helpful for me. Utilize Facebook mom groups.
Filming was incredible because it was in northern Minnesota. It was so quiet. I would always go for a morning run. And we filmed about a week in Minneapolis prior to that in the yoga studio. And I just love working with Charlie.
Our schools have been underfunded for the last 10 years. I mean, we've been having 1% to 2% increases in state aid to the schools, and that's not even enough to keep up with inflation.
The thing I love the most about it is marrying, like you said, a bunch of different artists and finding the right types of artists that will jive together and create that perfect harmony that results in a great film.
You are the editor of one of my favorite films, Mo Better Blues.
Well, what goes into an edit is your obsession and dedication with the material that you're given and confronted with. And for Mo Better Blues, it was like, for me,
I couldn't ask for anything more because I'm a huge jazz fan. And all of a sudden, I'm asked to do a feature film about jazz musicians in the jazz world. So that was like I was in heaven, man. It was a great experience, and it was my first feature with Spike.